Let's see if I can do a couple Q&As all together. There are so many to get to. So excited for snow. The difference in totals is really funny. I'm seeing 14 inches on W Underground and 3 to 6 inches on MUR. Absolutely. The difference is basically they're all using different models. Each one of those has kind of put, it's like, imagine like it's a horse race. Each one has said like, pick their horse, pick their model to be their race horse for this. And it's what they always have. So Weather Underground always uses the same model or blend of models. WMUR typically does, and all of that. So in such a dynamic situation where the rain snow line is going to be very variable, the different models have very different solutions, as we talked about this morning. The low resolution, long time GFS global models, they think they're going to handle this better, shows this being a colder storm and the rain snow line being a little bit further south. But the high resolution short term models like the HUR and the NAM are showing that the warm air is going to make it further north. So what you're seeing as a result of that, and if you pay extra close attention, you could almost tell the blend of models that each of these different apps use. All right, for my snow chasers, wildcat or attitash? All right, let's talk about it. So attitash is like 600 feet at the base and like 2,300-ish feet at the summit. Wildcat base is almost the top of attitash at 2,000-ish feet and goes up to about 4,000. So you're definitely going to get more snow at Wildcat, but you're also going to expose yourself to more wind on Sunday. Let's look at a weather feature I haven't shown you guys before. This is the latitude and longitude of attitash. 4408, 7123, it's 22, it's as close as I can get, but if I click on that, it will give me a forecast radiosonde sounding. So as a reminder, these show me temperature and relative humidity with height. Now, that is just a forecast. This isn't like an official observation here. The 0 is the freezing line right here, and then these lines show you like pressure, and basically it like extrapolates to elevation. Here's why you're going to see mixed precip and all that kind of stuff, though this one doesn't get above 0. Other soundings will. It's cold at the surface, but then it warms up actually above us as the storm moves in, and then it'll cool again drastically above. So what I was going to look at is the elevation and say like, okay, the elevation of attitash, are there going to be any parts of that that would be above freezing? They're just going to get grossness, and it's not looking too bad. That was at 15Z. Let's look a little bit later when that rain snow line's supposed to be a little bit further north. Oh ho, what a tangled web we weave. Very interesting. Here's that freezing line showing that's going to be very near freezing and showing that, possibly slightly above freezing for that lower kilometer of the atmosphere. So like that lower, how to do math in my head? Let's just call it 3,000-ish feet, right? It's going to be basically the whole part of attitash will be there. The good news is for a place like Wildcat, which is going to be a little bit further north, it's definitely going to be cooler. So if you really want to chase all snow, Wildcat's going to be the option. But now, Wildcat is at 4426, 7123. And looking at the HRRR all the way at the end of the forecast model run, this is 9Z, so it's really early. 59 mile an hour winds exactly at Wildcat's location. I don't recall their threshold for shutting down lifts, but I feel like that's pushing it. So it's a trade-off. Good news is if you have the Epic Pass, then go check out one and go to Wildcat. And if they shut the lifts down, then you go to attitash. If the winds die down, which they should later, start the morning at attitash with the fresh groom stuff, and then move over to Wildcat in the afternoon. That's probably what I would do. All right, another really good question. How long is this all going to hang around for? You want to know if it's going to be gone by the eclipse. I can't tell you that yet for various reasons, but let's talk about how long the snow will hang around because I feel like a lot of people are going to have the same question. Handy dandy super duper GFS forecast model has a snow depth part to it. So here we are going to take a look at it. Here's where the snow currently exists. A little bit of stuff that came through, and here's like our Saturday, Sunday snow, okay? Notice that these snowfall amounts are not nearly as high as the forecast because of compression, because of evaporation and rain that comes over and all this other kind of stuff. So this isn't going to be as sensational as that for a reason. So as we go through, melt happens really fast. I remember looking at the Climate Prediction Center, and it's like, no, things are definitely going to be warming up. So here's how our temperatures are going to compare to normal for this time of year at the end of March and early April. Not a good look for snow. But I paused it strategically where I did because there's a lot that could happen between now and the eclipse. So here we are on 3/29, and as we scroll through, there's a little something else the forecast model is showing coming through. Now, this is at the end of the model. We're looking at 288 hours out. I don't buy that. We're not going to talk about this yet. This isn't an option. So this snow may melt, but there could be more between now and then of the eclipse. Looks like it melts again pretty quickly. This ends on the 5th. So there you go. Snow's not going to hang around for long, but I can't promise we're not going to get more. You shouldn't have put your shovel away before this last storm, and if you do it after, you're still making a massive mistake. All right, getting to some more of the funner or different interesting questions not about this upcoming nor'easter. Have you ever gone storm chasing? Should we tell her? So my first ever storm chase was in Cordell, Oklahoma, October 9th of 2001. I'll never forget it. Because I got to see 7 different tornadoes that day. And this was the biggest and best of the day. It ended up being an F3 tornado. You see, I went to the University of Oklahoma for my degree in meteorology, and I started there, and then I left later and went to Metropolitan State University of Denver. And while I was there, I storm chased constantly. Some of the biggest names in storm chasing today were students at OU the same time I was. Like, I've been out there with Reed Timmer. I've known him for over 20 years. I worked at the National Severe Storms Laboratory, which isn't as exciting as it sounds, but I actually got to do jobs with the History Channel as well, where I got to storm chase with like the greatest of mobile radar units, like the Josh Warmans and the Howie Bluesteins. I've been out chasing with them before. I also got to be a part of research projects where our mobile radar trucks went and to landfalling hurricanes. So I've been able to be in a few hurricanes too because of that. If there's ever been an opportunity for me to go chase some weather, look at this hail core and that teal. This was like in the 2007, 8, 10-ish in Denver. More Midwest storms, mid-2010s. It's a really cool lowering and a wall cloud we followed for a while. And the Mamadas. Oh my God, the Mamadas. And after that, I took a brief hiatus. Whoa, phone's walking around on its own. Moved to New England, met a guy, got married, had kids, and I've just started storm chasing again. So I'm a part of the Stormfront Freaks podcast, and every summer we go chasing. This coming end of May, early June will be our third chase year in a row, and we have seen some sweet stuff. Just take a look at this video that our fearless leader Phil put together, showing you some of the things that we've been able to see. So there you go. So yes, I do chase. We're chasing again. And in fact, if you go to my profile and you're able to scroll way down till last summer, it was last May that we went, I have a ton of videos here, including this one right here, which shows a tornado that we got to see in Clovis, New Mexico. For this year's chase, I hope to do a lot more live videos for you guys, live TikToks, but we stream everything on YouTube. So if you go to the Stormfront Freaks podcast on YouTube, find them at Stormfront Freaks, you can see videos of our past chases and our past episodes of our podcast as well. So yeah, definitely do some chasing, set aside time for it. It's kind of my lifeblood. And these are just a few of my favorite photos from last year's chase that I took. I look forward to bringing you guys back some really cool shots here after May.